I've seen Diddy have to hire extra security, almost the military, to stop people from wanting to scale the wall to get in his house, because on the other side of that wall is Beyonce, Jay-Z, and every big star you want to know.
If you've been following the latest Hollywood controversies, you're aware that Jason Lee enjoys causing a stir. However, this time he claims to possess evidence that could shatter Diddy's entire reputation.
Rahman, what do you make of it?
Yeah, I got to build a very close business relationship with Puff during my time, at his cable network. I was a part of the launch team, not co-founder, but played a very important part. And, Puff was a guy who really, I worked at MTV for about 18 years, and Puff was a guy who helped me extend, my business acumen, shall I say. Really cool guy, fun guy, through some very memorable events, shall I say. Within the culture, music culture, he's someone who we look up to, one of our musical heroes, so to speak.
Right.
Obviously, the man has a private life, that goes on as well. In regards to 50, this is rap, it's hip hop, as we refer to it as, and it's a competitive sport. And, when 50 Cent came in the game, 50 came in the game, with this really rambunctious, very aggressive attitude. I'm going to go after all the big guys. So this is just another page from out of his book. But than being professional, there had been some, reports, that Puff was kind of familiar with Daphne in the past. So I don't think that, like Jason said, like obviously seeing her name in paperwork doesn't help, but I think a lot of it is driven more so by the competitive spirit of the sport.
Right, but this is a weird time to do it, Jason. Because this guy's got some serious allegations hanging over his head. This isn't Diddy's music sucks. I don't like his new sneaker brand. They're hunting this guy for major felonies. And 50 seems to be sitting on the sidelines cheering. Now, that could be for one or two reasons. One is he knows things or suspects things about Mr. Combs. The other one is that he's just got a real perverse sense of competition.
Well, listen, one thing I know for sure is that when it comes to our culture, sometimes we cannibalize our own more than anybody else. Mm-hmm. And, we've seen the former president of the United States inspire the country to turn into Spider-Man and climb up the Capitol to overthrow the government in the middle of an election. But yet we haven't seen his mugshot or seen his kids handcuffed. I've known Justin for probably 15 years. Quincy, one of his sons, and his other sons. Those are really good kids. So to see them in handcuffs, to see them put on display as criminals, or to be put into the conversation that they somehow are ushering underage kids into the compound for their dad to have their way with them. Those aren't the kids that I know. Now, let me be also clear. I don't work for Diddy. I took my show off the network before all this happened. I'm not loyal to Diddy. We're not friends by any measure, but I respect him and what he's done. If he's done something guilty and he's found guilty in court, then he should be held accountable like everybody else. But this new world of let me put everything I want to say but can't say online without getting a defamation suit and a lawsuit, let me leak it to the press and then have a person lose everything unless they give me a bag. I'm not a supporter of that culture either. And I just feel like what's happening right now, if there is some truth to it, I would love to see it come to light and see him be held accountable. But to lose everything and be, hung in a court of public opinion only makes it easier for other people that look like me to have that experience too. And I'm not here for that.
Jason, you do understand the culture and you do understand the gossip that goes around it on a very deep level. Have you ever heard that Sean Combs was involved in drug trafficking of minors, or of weapons?
I've never heard that. I've heard Diddy's the devil, Diddy's evil, Diddy, Sean shouldn't have went to jail for Diddy. I've heard all the rumors that everybody else has heard in the culture, right? Mm-hmm. Especially if you're ears to the streets. I've had only one run-in Diddy that I thought was weird. I was taking a picture at his house and he came up and said something like, don't ever try me with trying to come for me because, it'll be a problem. But I think he had too much daily on. I just said, do you want to get a picture or not? We took a picture, he moved on. I've also been at the compound where I've seen him have to hire more security to keep people out, people scaling the wall to get on the other side of his house because they know Beyonce and Jay-Z and every big star on the side, on the other side. And so he's had to hire security to keep people out, where now as people are saying they were trafficked and kidnapped to go inside. It's just been crazy.
Jason Lee is renowned for his penchant for uncovering scandalous stories and sharing them with the world. He's tackled everyone from Hollywood stars to famous rappers in the industry, and now he's setting his sights on Diddy. But before delving into Jason's latest claims, let's recall his past successes. Who could forget when he exposed Beyonce and Jay-Z's rumored marriage issues, or when he shed light on Cassie's legal battle against Diddy? Jason Lee doesn't just talk, he backs up his claims with evidence. That's why people sit up and take notice of what he has to say. So, without further delay, let's dive into Jason Lee's startling allegations against Diddy.
Well, I mean, listen, one thing I know for sure is that when it comes to our culture, sometimes we cannibalize our own more than anybody else. And, you know, we've seen the former president of the United States inspire the country to turn into Spider-Man and climb up the Capitol to overthrow the government in the middle of an election. But yet we haven't seen his mugshot or seen his kids handcuffed.
In a recent statement, Jason made it clear he's not loyal to the hip-hop mogul. He claims to have insider information from reliable sources within Diddy's inner circle, providing him with disturbing evidence. So, what's Jason accusing Diddy of? Well, he alleges that Diddy is trying to pin some of his own secret crimes on his sons. This bombshell has shaken Diddy's reputation, revealing a darker side to the rap star. Jason isn't merely making baseless claims. He asserts he has evidence to support his accusations. Interestingly, he possesses receipts that demonstrate Diddy's involvement in highly illegal activities and his attempts to scapegoat his children. It's a startling revelation that prompts scrutiny into the depths of Diddy's past. However, for Jason, this isn't about stirring up drama, it's about holding powerful individuals accountable for their actions. He's prepared to confront Diddy, regardless of his stature in the industry. With the evidence he claims to possess, it seems he's gearing up for a clash with one of hip-hop's giants. If Diddy is indeed guilty of the accusations against him, he could be facing incarceration soon. And if Jason's evidence proves valid, it could spell serious trouble for Diddy and his associates. Now let's rewind and examine Jason Lee's track record of stirring controversy with his past incidents of blackmail. This isn't the first instance of Jason finding himself embroiled in controversy for exposing secrets and leveling allegations against Hollywood celebrities. Recently, he attempted to make headlines by targeting Beyonce. Just a few months ago, the well-known host grabbed headlines by threatening to expose secret information about Beyonce. But what sparked this dramatic confrontation? It all began when Jason felt slighted by Beyonce for not being invited to one of her events. Feeling hurt, he decided to take matters into his own hands and use whatever information he had against her. In a bold move, he went on a live show and claimed to possess damaging information about Beyonce that could tarnish her reputation. He made it clear that he was prepared to reveal this information unless Beyonce met his demands. It was a risky move, but one that Jason was willing to take to achieve his goals. And he didn't stop there. Jason also targeted other influential figures in the industry, including Jay-Z. Indeed, Jason was among the earliest to openly discuss Jay-Z's purported criminal associations with Diddy. Although he didn't disclose the details of his knowledge, his readiness to blackmail such influential individuals says a lot about his character.
Recent reports suggest that Beyonce has taken the bold step of separating her assets from Jay-Z's, signaling a potential split. For years, speculation has been rife that their marriage was more of a strategic partnership than a love match, with some suggesting it was orchestrated by Jay-Z and Beyonce's father, Matthew Knowles, to boost their respective careers.
Now, let's examine the recent accusations concerning Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship and how they relate to Diddy's purported wrongdoings. Speculation about the status of Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage has circulated for years, fueled by rumors of unfaithfulness. But could there be underlying complexities to their relationship issues?
If he's done something guilty and he's found guilty in court, then he should be held accountable like everybody else. But this new world of let me put everything I want to say but can't say online without getting a defamation suit and a lawsuit. Let me leak it to the press and then have a person lose everything in order unless they give me a bag. I'm not a supporter of that culture either. And I just feel like what's happening right now, if there is some truth to it, I would love to see it come to light and see him be held accountable.
Jason Lee suggests that Diddy's rumored criminal associations could be causing friction between Beyonce and Jay-Z. He speculates that Beyonce might want to distance herself from Jay-Z to safeguard her reputation and finances. With Diddy's dubious activities being exposed, Beyonce may fear being linked to him and facing legal repercussions. But why would she separate her assets from Jay-Z's? According to Jason, she may be safeguarding her finances in case Jay-Z's ties to Diddy are revealed. By dividing their assets, Beyonce could be safeguarding her wealth while distancing herself from Jay-Z's legal issues. However, these are merely allegations for now, and Beyonce has yet to address the rumors about her marriage. If there's any truth to these claims, it could cause significant turmoil in both Beyonce and Jay-Z's personal and professional lives. With the recent allegations against Diddy also surfacing, their marriage could be facing significant challenges.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is facing new allegations of sexual assault. This time, a woman claims the rapper drugged and sexually assaulted her in New York City back in 1991.
Diddy's legal troubles have been making headlines lately. It started when his ex-girlfriend, Cassie, filed a lawsuit against him. The lawsuit accused Diddy of emotional abuse and financial exploitation. Cassie alleged that Diddy didn't fairly compensate her for her role in his career and caused her emotional distress during their relationship. These accusations have drawn attention to the less positive aspects of Diddy's personal life. In response to the lawsuit, Diddy reached a substantial settlement with Cassie, rumored to be between $20 to $25 million. This significant settlement implies that Cassie's allegations held merit, prompting Diddy to swiftly resolve the matter. However, the settlement also casts doubt on Diddy's financial status and the extent of his legal entanglements. Beyond the settlement with Cassie, Diddy has encountered a string of financial hurdles and setbacks in recent years, drawing attention within the industry. For instance, his partnership with a telecom giant for his media company Revolt ended abruptly, resulting in his removal from his position. Additionally, the loss of partnerships and revenue streams has strained his finances, leading to concerns about his ability to sustain his extravagant lifestyle. Now, let's delve into Jason Lee's personal encounters with Diddy and uncover some intriguing insights into the hip-hop icon.
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyonce, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy.
Jason describes Diddy's demeanor as intimidating and occasionally threatening. He recounts an incident at Diddy's party where he faced Diddy's aggression firsthand. Jason recalls Diddy issuing a warning, advising him not to challenge him. This encounter left Jason feeling uneasy, shedding light on Diddy's less favorable traits. Despite these negative interactions, Jason Lee has spoken up in support of Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, whom he considers to be genuinely good individuals, having known them personally.
I've known Justin for probably 15 years. Quincy, one of his sons, and his other sons. Those are really good kids. So to see them in handcuffs, to see them put on display as criminals, or to be put into the conversation that they somehow are ushering underage kids into the compound for their dad to have their way with them. Those aren't the kids that I know.
Jason describes Diddy's demeanor as intimidating and occasionally threatening. He recounts an incident at Diddy's party where he faced Diddy's aggression firsthand. Jason recalls Diddy issuing a warning, advising him not to challenge him. This encounter left Jason feeling uneasy, shedding light on Diddy's less favorable traits. Despite these negative interactions, Jason Lee has spoken up in support of Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, whom he considers to be genuinely good individuals, having known them personally.